Okay, let's dive into 7 foods that can wreak havoc on your kidneys. Your kidneys are truly remarkable organs. Each one possesses about 1 million tiny filters known as nephrons, and these little wonders have the incredible ability to selectively eliminate harmful substances while retaining the good stuff. With a combined 2 million nephrons, your kidneys filter a staggering 50 gallons of blood every single day. Amazingly, they recycle 99% of your blood, releasing only a tiny fraction. One of the biggest threats to your kidneys is high blood pressure. Chronic high blood pressure can inflict serious damage on those delicate nephrons. But you know what's even more destructive to your kidneys than high blood pressure? It's excessively high sugar levels, like those found in diabetes. All the sugar coursing through your bloodstream has to pass through those tiny filters. And when it interacts with them, it causes them to shrink. Think of it like this. When the filters shrink, they can't filter properly anymore. This leads to sugar and protein leaking into your urine. A couple of easy ways to spot potential kidney damage are to check for sugar and protein in your urine. If either is present, it could signal trouble brewing. Oh, and the color of your urine matters too. When your kidneys aren't filtering as they should, your urine loses its typical amber-yellow hue. It can become darker and even take on a variety of other colors. But here's another crucial thing your kidneys do. They activate vitamin D. If your kidneys are compromised, you won't be able to activate vitamin D efficiently, which could explain why some people are severely deficient. We need robust, healthy kidneys to eliminate waste products and even hold on to essential nutrients. All right, let's get to those foods. Food number 1, instant noodles, like ramen noodles. While it's true that these noodles are packed with sodium, there's something even more detrimental lurking within them, a preservative called TBHQ. This preservative is highly toxic to your kidneys. It can force them to work overtime, potentially leading to kidney enlargement. In some cases, it may even contribute to kidney cancer. Now let's touch on sodium for a moment. Sodium definitely contributes to blood pressure issues. Your doctor might tell you that you're salt sensitive and need to cut back. But here's a thought. Do we really need to decrease sodium? Or should we focus on increasing potassium, which offers more protection? There are just as many problems associated with excessive sodium as there are with sodium deficiency. Consider this. There's a condition called hyponatremia where someone drinks a lot of water but doesn't consume enough salt. This can even cause fluid retention, which puts a strain on the kidneys. And believe it or not, simply drinking excessive amounts of water can burden the kidneys as they work to eliminate all that extra fluid. So while you might think guzzling water is always good for your kidneys, it's not necessarily the case. Drink when you're thirsty, but forcing yourself to chug tons of water without electrolytes can create kidney problems. And whenever you do consume salt, opt for sea salt. Food number 2, Skittles and similar candies, which are loaded with food dyes. These artificial dyes are tough on your kidneys. Your kidneys have to work hard to get rid of them. Initially, your kidneys will try to recycle those dyes, sending them circulating through your bloodstream repeatedly. You definitely don't want artificial dyes taking that kind of joyride through your body. Food number 3, fried chicken, especially the fast food kind. Think about it. Seed oils heated to extremely high temperatures, combined with protein and carbohydrates, like that flour breading. Anytime you heat protein with carbohydrates, you create something called glycation. Let me break down glycation for you. Imagine a protein molecule and a carbohydrate molecule. Under high heat, they connect and bind together. Now that sugar molecule is stuck to the protein, rendering the protein useless in your body. That's glycation in a nutshell. For example, if you've ever had an A1C test for diabetes, they're measuring the amount of glycation, the glucose stuck to your hemoglobin, which is a protein in your blood. This glycation makes the hemoglobin less effective at its job. Higher A1C levels mean more sugar attached to your protein, which can lead to all sorts of diabetic complications because things simply stop working correctly. When glucose latches onto hemoglobin or any protein in your body, it creates clogs, especially in the kidneys. So when you eat fried foods, you're essentially consuming junk that gums up the works. Food number 4, commercial bread. Have you ever noticed how commercial bread seems to last forever? It's loaded with preservatives, including one called potassium bromate. Potassium bromate is particularly harmful to the kidneys. In fact, it's banned in many countries, but not in the US, or Japan, I believe. It's considered a carcinogen linked to kidney cancer. Food number 5, soda. What's the culprit in soda? Phosphoric acid. It's detrimental to your kidneys, not only because of the acid itself, but also due to the added sugar. Remember, the leading cause of kidney damage is diabetes, which is characterized by excessive blood sugar. And guess what? Soda contributes to that. Why do they use phosphoric acid in the first place? Well, it's cheaper than other acids like citric acid. It acts as a preservative, helps maintain carbonation, and enhances the overall flavor. Food number 6, agave syrup. Agave syrup is often touted as keto-friendly, which is completely misleading. Agave syrup is about 80% fructose, even higher than high-fructose corn syrup, which clocks in around 55%. Some reports even put agave at 90% fructose. While fructose has a low glycemic index, it's metabolized differently in the body. It goes straight to your liver, putting it under significant stress. Why is this so damaging? Because fructose is metabolized similarly to alcohol. It also contributes to insulin resistance, the precursor to prediabetes and eventually diabetes. And since diabetes is the #1 cause of chronic kidney disease, agave nectar is a major offender when it comes to kidney irritation. Food number 7, cereals, even instant cereals. Why are cereals on the list? It's not just because of the seed oils, refined sugars, and refined starches, but also because of glyphosate. You won't find glyphosate listed on the ingredient label because they're not legally required to include it. However, they might voluntarily disclose it using a different name, like bioengineered ingredients. If you see that, it means glyphosate. In regions where glyphosate is heavily used in agriculture, farm workers face a much higher risk of chronic kidney disease due to constant exposure. It's important to remember that GMO crops like soy, corn, and cottonseed will have glyphosate residues. But even non-GMO crops like oats and wheat can contain it because glyphosate is used to dry these grains during processing. So, we've covered the foods to avoid. But now the burning question is, what can you eat to improve kidney function? For that information, you'll have to watch this other video.